Well, global equity markets have been pretty positive over the past couple of days, but as we're learning, this usually doesn't last, and trends that form over a few days don't seem to continue on for too long. And that's definitely been the case over the past 24 hours, where global equity markets have fallen sharply. And the reason they've fallen sharply is question marks once again out of Europe. Now, over the past couple of days, we've seen reasonably positive sentiment out of the market, because the fact is that the Prime Minister Berlusconi out of Italy has resigned, and this was initially seen to be quite good news. But now the market's really questioning who's going to take over his place and who's going to implement the austerity measures that Italy really needs. Now, these are the big question marks, and this has really unsettled markets all around the world, including equity markets, currency markets, commodity markets, and interest rate markets. It's been interesting to see that interest rates for Italy have increased sharply over the past couple of days. And of the agricultural commodity markets that I monitor, we've seen virtually all decrease over the past day, except for beef markets out of the US. And this has been a trend that we've been seeing recently, with beef markets holding on despite falls for other commodities. Now, the New Zealand dollar has also tumbled a little bit, and we're trading a lot weaker today than what we have been over recent days. And early on Thursday morning, we were trading back under 78.50 against the US dollar. Local New Zealand lamb schedule prices are still holding very strongly at this early part of the season, but the real question mark will be how the schedule prices hold on when supplies begin to ramp up, as we're expecting to happen over the next couple of weeks. Now, looking at some of the different products, frozen product is starting to mount a little bit in some markets, and this would be consistent with some of the messages we are getting out of some of the established markets, including the UK. Now, UK consumers are expecting to get a high-value, top-notch product for the higher prices that they're now being forced to pay. Now, this will have some effect on potentially the frozen meat section of the supermarket shelf, with consumers starting to balk at some of the higher prices. Now, as we start to see the season come into the fold and more supply coming through the market, there is potential for frozen supplies to begin to mount, and this would be negative for prices in time. Now, we wouldn't be surprised to see schedule prices drop from the recent highs of around $8 per kilo, but we're still picking a very good season, with average schedule prices to come out at around $110 per head.